Hello, and welcome to Tales for Life. In each episode of this podcast, we'll explore a folk or fairy tale from a different culture or region and discover the life lessons, values, and morals they offer that we can use today. Join me on the journey through the magical and meaningful world of folk and fairy tales. Welcome back, story lovers, to another episode of Tales for Life, the podcast that journeys through life one tale at a time. I hope the new year started well for you, and I'm really glad you've chosen to spend some of this year here with me. Thank you. If you've ever felt like your efforts are too small to help, or if the efforts of someone else won't make a difference, this episode is for you. It's one I've titled, Every Little Bit Helps. None of us make our way through life on our own. I talked about this all the way back in Season 1, Episode 4, how success is never a solo act. And in Episode 29 of Season 1, we explored the flip side, that we become our best selves when we show up for others. But what about those moments when the help we offer or the help we receive feels small, almost insignificant? Do those tiny efforts really matter? They do, more than we think. We tend to celebrate the people in the spotlight, the quarterback, the pitcher, the CEO, but even they can't move forward without countless small efforts happening around them. Every team, whether it's a workplace, a family, or a community, depends on people whose contributions rarely make headlines, but keep everything running. The person who preps the equipment, the one who organizes the paperwork, the one who tidies the space so others can do their best work. These aren't extra roles, they're the foundation. When you start paying attention to the small efforts that hold everything together, you realize how often big outcomes depend on tiny acts of cooperation. And there really is no better folktale to illustrate this than this cute classic Russian folktale, one that shows, in the most charming way, how even the smallest helper can make the impossible possible. It's titled, The Giant Turnip. Once, not too long ago, an old man planted a turnip. The turnip grew, and grew, and grew some more until it was enormous. The old man started to pull the turnip out of the ground. He pulled and pulled, but it was just too big for one man alone, so he called his wife to help. The old woman took hold of the old man took hold of the turnip, and they pulled and pulled, but could not pull it out. The turnip was just too big. So the old woman called her granddaughter to help. The granddaughter took hold of the old woman took hold of the old man took hold of the turnip, and they pulled and pulled. But the turnip was just too big, and they could not pull it out. So the granddaughter called the dog over to help. The dog took hold of the granddaughter took hold of the old woman took hold of the old man took hold of the turnip, and they all pulled and pulled. But still they could not pull the turnip out. So the dog called the cat over to help. The cat took hold of the dog took hold of the granddaughter took hold of the old woman took hold of the old man took hold of the turnip, and they pulled and pulled. It seemed impossible, but still they could not pull it out. So the cat called the mouse over to help. The mouse took hold of the cat took hold of the dog took hold of the granddaughter took hold of the old woman took hold of the old man took hold of the turnip. They all pulled and pulled some more, and finally, out came the turnip. It's a short, charming story, but it carries a message that sticks with you. It reminds us that big outcomes often grow from simple actions, and that cooperation doesn't have to be dramatic to be meaningful. So let's take a quick reflection on the lessons from this cute tale. First, like the farmer, everything starts with a goal. He planted that turnip with intention. Without a clear direction, even the most enthusiastic help doesn't have anywhere to go. A goal gives purpose to every effort that follows. Second, persistence matters. The old man could have walked away at any point. The turnip was too big, the task too frustrating, and even with more hands joining in, it still looked impossible. But he stayed with it. That steady commitment is what kept the whole chain of helpers moving forward. And third, you can't overlook anyone's contribution. The mouse may have seemed insignificant, but that final bit of effort was the difference between failure and success. That's the heart of this episode. Every little bit helps, and sometimes the smallest push is the one that finally gets things moving. As you head into the week, keep your goals in sight. Stay with the work even when it feels slow, and appreciate the people, big and small, who make progress possible. Because, indeed, every little bit helps. Thanks for listening, and be sure to join me next time for another episode of Tales for Life.